Welcome to my home, my little cocoon here in the Berkshires. And also, you get to see my high end recording studio, otherwise known as my living room. And I just wanted to sort of reach out personally. I read everybody's responses to the Google form, which I sent out last week, which it had the question, uh, what would what do you really need for spiritual growth? What's your greatest need for spiritual growth? And then a follow up question, what would that look like? And a number of you answered, which thank you so much for that. It's actually really helpful to sort of start to understand and to engage with people who are reading the newsletter and listening to the meditation and trying to sort of figure out where we want to go as a community. And there were sort of three categories of answers. The first category really talked about a desire for a regular practice, a regular discipline. So, a daily practice, time to pray, time to be present in my life with more meditation and yoga, um, a plan for growth on a daily basis, discerning how God is moving and feeling in sync with that movement. So, the first category is really kind of like trying to find a way to stay dedicated to a practice, to yourself and to God. And then the second category talked about community. So a spiritually like-minded community, finding a community of people who can help me go deeper with my prayer life. Um, this one, it's a spiritual community where we can share our joys and concerns in a way that is intimate while learning to grow into the best human beings we can be. I probably need a human conversation. I need human conversation to expand my spiritual self. So that was the sort of second set. And then the third set were people who were dealing with, very real, very personal life changes going on. A daughter, the death of a daughter, and um, self-care issues. And so this is what I propose, that as a community of people who are not necessarily near one another, that maybe we read a book together and we have a conversation about figuring out a path and a pattern and a discipline for really meeting these spiritual needs. And there's a book by Mark Nepo called The Endless Practice: Becoming Who You Were Born to Be. And the title, it sounds a little new agey, but Mark Nepo is the real deal. He is somebody I love his work. And so my proposal is we would read this book together and then we would have an online discussion, a place where we could talk with one another about what's happening in the book and seeing if there is, a space for us to figure out how we want to pray separately, but perhaps also as a group, as a community. So I'll set that up as like a blab, or Google Hangout, but probably a blab, which means you don't have to do anything. I can just sort of send you the link and you can drop into it. So at the top of this week's newsletter, there'll be kind of like a, do I want to do this? And you can just sort of fill out, I think I'm going to use Doodle to see if there's, just times of the week, days of the week that people might be interested in doing that. And I'll set the date for like a month out or something like that, giving people time to read the book and just to, sort of engage with me over the course of the month about the book. I'll also include a link if you don't know Mark Nepo's stuff at all, because some of you talked about having a daily practice. He has another book called Awakenings, which is a once a day meditation that is It is the best daily meditation book I have ever read, and I've read a lot of them. So I'll actually put both of those links in the newsletter, and yeah, just give me a call and or send me an email, and let's talk about see what we can do. All right, talk to you soon.